Hi there and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great week. This video is dedicated to the underdogs out there. So, any tennis fans in the house? In this week's video, I'm doing a time-lapse drawing of one of my favorite tennis players, Diego Schwartzman from Argentina.
Making his Laver Cup debut, he's from Argentina. He's Diego Schwartzman.
Can you tell I'm a fan? I love Diego Schwartzman because he is a dynamo player who has earned success despite his size, which is a very efficient 5'7". Yes, there is a reason why his nickname is El Peque. And while tennis isn't basketball as a shorter player, Diego has to work harder to make sure his shots pack enough punch to keep up in a game dominated by 6-foot-plus players. The tallest players include Croatia's Ivo Karlovic at 6'11", and the US's John Isner at 6'10". Diego has managed to skyrocket to a career-high singles ranking of number 11 in June of this year. He has an insane return game and humble, easygoing spirit, which I think contribute to his success and wide fan base. I also love his backstory because he did not come from wealth or privilege. His entire family, mom, dad, 2 brothers and 1 sister, worked to foster Diego's natural talent and support his tennis career. They would set up shop at tennis tournaments and sell bracelets to help fund his training and tournaments. As someone who had both sets of not-so-wealthy grandparents work hard by running their own businesses to support their kids, this really resonated with me. It's so easy for Diego's opponents to underestimate him because of his size. I have a soft spot for the underdog because who hasn't felt underestimated at some point, only to prove everyone otherwise? And, sometimes the person keeping you back can be you. But if you remember to work hard and stay mentally strong, the underdog can achieve great things. Cheering for the underdog is a great exercise in kindness and humanity and having faith despite the odds. It helps lift up your fellow human who may need a boost in spirit, and it helps enrich your own soul. Cheering on the underdog makes the world a better, more enriching, loving place. A little bit about these drawings. I'm working in Adobe Illustrator and using custom brushes to create the drawings in one layer and then coloring in the drawing in another layer. I'm drawing over photos I took of Diego at Laver Cup. What is Laver Cup? Well, as you might know, tennis is a very individual sport. In some of the biggest tournaments, you're out there alone, problem-solving, by yourself, and you're not allowed to consult with your coach during your match. Now, there's currently some controversy about that rule these days, especially with what happened with Serena Williams at the US Open, but that's for another video. So, Laver Cup is a tournament that aims to look to the future by shaking up the tennis format while honoring the tennis greats of the past. Named after one of the greatest players of all time, Rod Laver, Laver Cup was started by Roger Federer of Sweden, arguably, maybe not so arguably, the true GOAT of tennis. Okay, so here's the format of Laver Cup. It's a 3-day competition that pits 6 of the best men's players in Europe against 6 of the best from the rest of the world. So, Team Europe versus Team World. Now get this, Team Europe is captained by one of the game's all-time greats, Sweden's Bjorn Borg, and Team World is captained by the fiery American legend, you cannot be serious himself, John McEnroe. If you know anything about tennis, this matchup alone is legendary. Okay, so 4 out of the 6 from each team qualify based on their ATP singles rankings, and then 2 are captain's picks. The players play both singles and doubles matches, and every day the matches are worth more and more points. So on day 1, matches are worth 1 point, day 2, 2 points, and day 3, 3 points. The first team to 13 wins the Laver Cup. In the head-to-head, Team Europe's players have way more punch, statistically speaking, in terms of wins throughout the year. With this thrilling team format, players who were previously fierce rivals suddenly become teammates. For example, in 2017, in its inaugural year, Team Europe included Roger Federer and one of his greatest rivals, the fiery Rafael Nadal of Spain. One of the highlights was having them play doubles together. Top this visual spectacle with blacktop courts and futuristic court furniture, Laver Cup is truly a unique tournament that will be entertaining fans through the ages. Anywho, this year, in its second year, Laver Cup came to Chicago. When I found out it was coming here from Prague, my head exploded. There was no question I was going to be there. So from September 21st to the 23rd this year, I drank in tennis like there was no tomorrow. While Chicago does love tennis, there are a few great tennis clubs all throughout, including my childhood training grounds, Midtown Tennis Club. Tennis is still mostly an international sport, and so it was a thrill to enjoy it in my own backyard at the United Center. Okay, so Diego Schwartzman was a part of Team World this year, and one of the awesome highlights of Laver Cup in Chicago was that in the United Center's parking lot, they called it the fan zone, they had built this amazing practice court enshrined in 30-foot glass walls for viewing. So I got to see Diego practice his shots. The first drawing I did here was from that practice session. And the second drawing was a shot I took of him during his match after he won this thrilling point where he finished with a "holy crap, how did he get there" drop shot. It was so great to hear the entire stadium cheering for Diego. And I was definitely one of his loudest cheerleaders. Oh my gosh. And if you're wondering, Team Europe took the Laver Cup for the second year in a row. I know, I was super bummed, but about that, I was experiencing a weird cognitive dissonance during Laver Cup because I love a lot of the players on Team Europe and Team World. But because Team Europe won last year, I was really gunning for Team World this year. The underdog. I hope you enjoyed these time lapses. I'm not quite sure how much you want to hear about backstory versus technique and process, so if you'd like to see more of my time lapses and if you have specific requests for what you'd like me to talk about, let me know by commenting down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!